Joined now by one of our finalists for the Male High School Athlete of the Year category in our Honorary ESPYs and one of our High School Athletes of the Week. It's Cooper Marx of Andale Track and Field and Football. Helped Andale win their state title this season in 3A and had an excellent season in the track and field. Cooper, just kind of talk about what the last 9 to 12 months has been like for you as an athlete.
It's been awesome. I mean, starting off with football and, the summer workouts start, the football season, and just grinding out through there, knowing what happened last year. We weren't going to let it happen this year. And, being able to get that W in the state championship for 3A was amazing. And then going to track and field, once again, first time in school history, four-peating in the track and field, which was awesome to be able to be a part of it. And, getting the W there, being able to celebrate it with my friends, that's just amazing.
Yeah, we'll talk about football first. Kind of talk about what it was like to, come back from this season. It's not very often that Andale's coming off of a season where they didn't win the state championship, much less even make it to the state championship. How was that a motivating factor for you guys this off season during those summer practices and training?
That was the key motivation, just, that feeling that we haven't felt before, just, losing those 2 games last year, just everyone wanted to push themselves to be better. Everyone in the weight room was pushing each other. I mean, on the field, off the field, just the entire time. Everyone's thinking about football, thinking about the next step to be able to be at the top again,
Yeah, was there anything different? Did you feel like anything was different coming off of it? Because obviously you guys have been the defending champions 2 years prior to last season, and then coming into this year, was there anything different? Was there kind of a different energy in the locker room?
For sure. The weight room especially, I mean, we were just cranking it up in there more than we ever have, just building off of what we've done in the past and just being able to get better every step of the way, You don't want to be like last year, so you have to do more than what you did the year prior.
I think you're one of the only fullbacks in the entire country that would average 12 yards per carry. Kind of talk about your role on this year's Andale team on the offensive side.
It was a team effort as usual. Being able to split carries between all my teammates, that really helps for the defense. They don't know who's getting the ball, so that helps us with our yards and having the fakes and everything. And everybody up front is just amazing at what they do. They set us up to be able to have those long runs.
And for you in the track and field, first meet of the year, you break the Kansas state record in the hammer throw, which I don't believe is a meet or an event in the state meet. But kind of talk about what that practice has been like, how you prepared this season for the hammer throw, which isn't something that you really do a whole lot here in the state of Kansas.
Yeah, it starts during the summer. Sometimes I get out there with some people and, getting into track, I start hammering down on it. And that first throw, it was just I could just tell that first meet that it broke it, and it was just a long preparation of being able to get to that point.
Yeah, and for you, what's it been like to be a part of these Andale programs that have had such storied success, especially here recently? You talked about it at four-peat. You've got 4 gold medals for state track. I mean, that's pretty incredible. But kind of talk about what it's like. What's kind of the standard? What makes Andale so different and so good at some of these sports?
It's just the kids buying in. I mean, everybody wants to get that state championship. Nobody wants to be second, third. We just expect excellence, and that's always been our goal. I mean, we don't expect anything else, and it starts in the summer all the time. As soon as track ends, we start it back up with football, and it's just a grind year round, and everybody's ready for it.
Yeah, and your family is also pretty elite as well. Your brother Riley's up at K-State in the track and field. Kind of talk about what that's like. Where are you at in terms of like the sibling rankings? Are you youngest? Are you middle child? Where are you at? Are we kind of done with the Marx family yet?
Done with the Marx family. I'm the youngest. My brother Riley, who is at K-State, he's 2 years older than me. But for family-wise, I've got 4 other siblings, and not including him, so I've got 5 siblings total.
Yeah, and what's that been like? I mean, what's the family like? What's the dinner table like? Is it like a buffet every time you guys eat? Because being a family full of athletes, that's got to be pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, the table's always full. I always give all my buddies crap, some of the pictures of our food and everything, and nobody likes seeing those pictures, but, it's always a competition everywhere, who can eat more, who can do better, and all sorts of stuff like that, so it's always fun.
Yeah. How's your mom feel? Is she kind of excited to get you guys out of the family, make sure she doesn't have to cook as often anymore?
Yes and no. She's a mom, so she's always getting emotional with that stuff, and seeing everybody leave and starting their own families is kind of hard for her, but, she just loves seeing the families grow.
Yeah. What's been your favorite part of this last year? What's something that you look back on with good memories?
Definitely being able to get back on top in the 3A state football title. I mean, that was just a core memory. Being a senior, being able to complete that perfect record, and just doing it with my buddies is the biggest thing. Some people don't get to do that. You're at bigger schools and you don't know the people that you're around. Everybody on the entire team knows everybody, and it's just such a great memory.
Yeah. What's been your favorite memory as a student or as an athlete at Andale? What's something you're going to look back on 20 years from now and think, man, that was a whole lot of fun?
I'd have to say in my sophomore years, me, my brother Riley, and my cousin Jonah went 1-2 for state for JAV, and we were thrown in the dark. The guys at the end, the line judges, were holding the flashlight at the end just so we could be able to see where we're planting and throwing, and that was just such a fun memory. And then we ended up winning state that year by half a point.
Yeah.
So. It's such a good memory.
Yeah, and for you, what was kind of the thoughts going through your head when you were done, when it was over, when it was all over, when you're on that stand at Cessna? What was kind of the thoughts going through your head? Happy, sad? What was the kind of process of emotions there?
It was a bit emotional, just having the last time be able to throw with my cousin and my brother. For sure, it was tough on me in the moment, but after I looked back at it, it was just such a good memory just to be able to throw one last time with them.
Mm-hmm. What's kind of your relationship like with your coaches, and how do you kind of stay in touch with them?
It's all of our coaches are great. All of us, they have kids of their own, and that you've been around them for so long. And I've had lots of siblings who've thrown before me or done stuff in this high school, and all those coaches know me and the kids that come up, and so everybody just knows everybody, and the coaches are just like family almost.
Yeah, and that seems to be a common theme at Andale. We'll talk about some of your brothers that aren't technically your brothers on the football team and on the track team.
Yeah, I mean they're all great. Everybody that has played on that football team played since kindergarten or first grade, but I mean everybody. It's a family out there. I mean, nobody's different than anybody. We're all the same. We all keep it that way, just so nobody sticks out.
Yeah, exactly. And for you, kind of talk about what it's like to be a part of a small community of Andale, where the entire community rallies around you guys. Everybody shows up to the football games, the track meets. What's it kind of like to be a part of that? Because it's not common, especially this day and age. What's it like to have that community behind you guys?
It's awesome. I mean, you can always tell at the state track meets when, at least for throwing, you can tell who's who, and I love that. Just it kind of is an intimidation factor for other schools. Just seeing a whole crowd of yellow, showing up to the state track meet just to cheer on one or two people, and that's just been awesome. Even during football, the environment at Andale is just a whole different environment, and I would never switch a school or do anything like that just because of everybody's back behind you.
Yeah. What's next for you? Whether it's as a student or an athlete, what's going to be next for you?
I think I'll take my talents to K-State track and field and see what I can do there.
What's the education looking like?
I think business right now. That's just something broad that I know of, and then until then I'll stick with that.
Yeah. Any fun plans for the summer heading into your freshman year?
Probably do some golfing. Just hanging out with my brother and living up the summer while I can.
Yeah. What's your favorite course here in the area?
Wichita, I'd probably say Texas is pretty nice, but if I get a little further out, I'd go Sand Creek.
Okay. What do you shoot? What's kind of your handicap right now?
Probably I'd say mid-80s.
Okay.
So not bad, not good.
That's not bad for a kid that he really does track and field only in the spring. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Well, Cooper, congratulations, and best of luck at K-State, and congratulations on being named a finalist for our high school male athlete of the year.
Thank you.